The sun blazed over the training camp as the rhythmic sounds of boots pounding the ground echoed throughout the area. This was no ordinary place. It was a Marine Corps training base buzzing with energy, filled with motivated recruits honing their skills. Rows of taut tents lined the sandy grounds, where young men and women prepared to serve their country. The air hummed with determination, sweat, and a sense of pride that filled every corner of this bustling environment. In the center of it all stood a large field surrounded by towering observers, sergeants and officers watching from the sidelines with stern expressions. This was the heart of their rigorous training, where every Marine pushed beyond limits to become part of something greater. The smell of fresh-cut grass mixed with a hint of salt from a nearby ocean added another layer to the intense atmosphere. As 500 Marines gathered, camaraderie built up among them in shared laughter and banter, even amidst heavy drills. The pride in their voices rang out as they supported each other through every taxing exercise. Yet, beneath this cheerful exchange lay an unspoken code that defined who belonged and who didn't within this tight-knit brotherhood. On this particular day, something unusual was about to unfold. A civilian trainer had arrived at the camp, a woman whose presence sparked curiosity and skepticism among the Marines. The know-how she brought challenged many of their preconceptions about gender roles within military training. As whispers passed between recruits, some wondered if she could truly measure up to their standards, or if her presence would simply disrupt the established order. Little did they know that soon these perceptions would be put to the test in an unforgettable encounter that would alter not just one life, but the perspectives of everyone present. The stakes were high, as respect would be earned through strength, skill, and resilience in a setting that sought to define what it truly meant to belong. Among the Marines gathered at the training camp, two main characters began to stand out amidst the sea of uniforms. The first was Sergeant Mike Donovan, a seasoned Marine known for his impressive skills and unwavering confidence. With broad shoulders and a commanding presence, he was respected by his peers. Mike's reputation was built on rigorous training and hard-fought battles, both in simulation and reality. He believed that strength came from experience and expected everyone around him to meet those same standards. On the other hand, there was Maya Torres, the new civilian trainer who had just arrived at the camp. With a fierce determination in her bright brown eyes, she was not your typical instructor. Maya had spent years training in martial arts and had earned numerous accolades in competitions. Her background included working with elite defense teams, which made her an expert in both physical strength and tactical strategy. As she stepped onto the field for the first time, she felt a rush of adrenaline. Maya knew that her presence would not be welcomed by everyone. Some Marines were likely to question her abilities based solely on her gender. Yet she was prepared for whatever challenges lay ahead. With her short hair tied back and wearing a comfortable training outfit, she radiated confidence. The moment she addressed the assembled Marines, silence fell over the crowd. Her voice carried authority as she introduced herself and outlined her plans for their training sessions. The skepticism in some eyes was palpable. Whispers rippled through the ranks as they wondered if this woman could actually hold her own against seasoned fighters like Mike. While Mike stood firm in his belief that only the strongest deserved respect within this environment, Maya was determined to prove that strength came in many forms. Their unlikely encounter set the stage for a clash of ideals that would redefine what it meant to belong among warriors in this demanding world. As the sun began to dip lower in the sky, casting long shadows across the training field, the tension in the air thickened. It was clear that something was brewing among the Marines. Word spread quickly about an upcoming challenge, a friendly competition designed to showcase their skills and teamwork. The stakes were high, as prestige and bragging rights were on the line. On that day, Sergeant Mike Donovan decided to take charge by proposing a match between himself and the new civilian trainer, Maya Torres. He saw this as the perfect opportunity to demonstrate his strength and reinforce his belief that no one could measure up to a seasoned Marine. With an air of bravado, he called her out in front of their fellow recruits, smirking as he declared, "Let's see if you can keep up with a real Marine." Maya felt her heart race at his challenge. She had anticipated this moment and knew Mike would not be easy to face. But instead of backing down, she met his gaze with fierce determination and accepted his challenge without hesitation. Her calmness surprised many onlookers, but it only fueled Mike's confidence further. The moment was electric as both characters squared off in front of hundreds of Marines who gathered to watch this unique matchup. As sergeants looked on with keen interest, they wondered how this training session would unfold. The crowd buzzed with anticipation. Some Marines cheered for Mike while others cautiously supported Maya. Before they began, Maya took a deep breath and reminded herself of her training. This wasn't just about proving her worth. It was about challenging stereotypes and showing everyone that strength takes many forms. As they positioned themselves on the field, an unspoken understanding settled between them. It was more than just a contest. It was a battle for respect and recognition in a world where both strength and determination would be put to the ultimate test. The whistle blew, signaling the start of their match, marking the beginning of an unforgettable shift in perceptions within the camp. As the whistle blew, an electric atmosphere filled the training field. The crowd of Marines erupted with cheers and shouts, their excitement palpable as they watched Sergeant Mike Donovan and Maya Torres take their positions. Both faced each other with fierce resolve, ready to prove themselves in this pivotal moment. Mike smirked confidently, his muscles taut as he stretched slightly before the match began. He was known for his strength and technique, having trained rigorously for years. In contrast, Maya focused her mind on strategy. She knew that this match was not only about physical strength, but also about outsmarting her opponent. As the two squared off, she remembered her training, a blend of martial arts techniques that had taught her agility and precision. With a sudden movement, Mike lunged forward, attempting to grapple Maya with sheer force. However, she anticipated his move and swiftly sidestepped to avoid him. The crowd gasped in surprise as they witnessed her quick reflexes. This was not what they expected from the civilian trainer. She was proving to be more than just a competitor. Maya countered with a series of calculated strikes aimed at Mike's midsection. Her punches were swift and precise, catching him off guard as he struggled to regain his footing. For a moment, it seemed like the tide was turning in her favor. The Marines around them erupted into cheers for both fighters, some shouting encouragement for Maya while others rooted for Mike. But Mike was determined not to back down easily. He quickly regrouped and launched another attack, attempting to overpower Maya with brute strength. She felt his confidence radiate through the air, but remained resolute in her focus. As they exchanged blows and grapples, it became clear that this match had transformed into a true test of skill versus strength. With every move they made, the crowd's energy intensified. A mix of anticipation and disbelief filled the air as they witnessed an unexpected clash between two opposing forces: traditional military might versus unwavering determination and strategy. The outcome of this contest would resonate far beyond just the training field. It would challenge deeply rooted beliefs among those watching. As the match progressed, tension continued to build among the Marines, each moment heightening the stakes for both competitors. Every successful counterstrike by Maya drew excited gasps from the audience, while Mike's powerful thrusts elicited cheers of support from his fans. The energy was infectious, enveloping the training field like a thick fog of anticipation. With each blow exchanged, whispers rippled through the ranks of Marines. Some recruits exchanged skeptical glances, questioning whether a woman could truly compete against a battle-hardened Marine like Mike. Yet others began to cheer for Maya, rallying behind her as a symbol of resilience and breaking boundaries. The split reactions reflected a deep-seated conflict, one that mirrored the very challenge of ideals unfolding before them. Mike, realizing he was being pushed more than anticipated, began to change his approach. He started to throw heavier punches, aiming to intimidate Maya as much as to hit. His expression shifted from confidence to a hint of frustration as she dodged and weaved around him, using his weight against him rather than meeting it head-on. This was not how things were supposed to go in Mike's mind. He was here to show everyone just how superior he believed he was. Maya felt adrenaline racing through her veins, knowing this battle was as much mental as it was physical. She remembered her training and the countless hours spent honing her skills. As Mike charged her again, she calculated her next move carefully. The realization that she had garnered support from some Marines fueled her determination. This wasn't merely about proving herself against Mike, but about challenging an entire system of beliefs. With a sudden shift in tactics, Maya executed a swift maneuver that left many breathless. In one fluid motion, she sidestepped Mike's charge once again and targeted his arm. She knew she had to be strategic and not let emotion dictate her actions. As cheers mingled with gasps filled the air once more, the atmosphere crackled with the combined energy of excitement and unpredictability, setting the stage for a pivotal moment that would define both their characters and shake the foundation of long-held beliefs among their peers. As the match progressed, Maya's calculated approach began to show its effectiveness. The crowd's energy shifted. Their cheers for Mike grew slightly quieter as they witnessed how well Maya was holding her own against him. She had avoided his powerful strikes and countered with precision, and that was beginning to change the narrative. With each successful move, Maya gained confidence. She could feel the support of some Marines behind her, urging her on as a wave of determination surged through her. And then it happened. A moment of clarity that would alter everything in the blink of an eye. As Mike lunged toward her again, she executed a swift sidestep but felt the ground beneath her shift unexpectedly. Her foot lost traction for just a split second. In that instant, Mike seized the opportunity. He charged at her with all his might, intending to catch her off guard. But in doing so, he overextended himself and lost his balance. As he stumbled forward, Maya instinctively reached out to brace herself against him, feeling the energy of the moment surge all around them. What unfolded next shocked everyone present. With a sudden burst of energy and agility, she executed a precise maneuver that used Mike's momentum against him. In one fluid motion, she grabbed his arm and twisted it sharply, an action born from years of training in martial arts. The crack echoed across the field like thunder as Mike's arm gave way under the pressure. Gasps filled the air as Marines jumped to their feet in disbelief. Some shouted, while others stood frozen in shock at what they had just witnessed. Maya quickly released Mike, stepping back in surprise at what had happened. It wasn't just about winning anymore. It was about respect and recognition that transcended expectations. Mike fell to his knees, Pain etched on his face as he processed his defeat and the unexpected twist this match had taken. This moment would be remembered not only for its physicality, but for how it challenged everything he believed about strength and capability in front of hundreds of witnesses who had come to see a simple contest between strength and skill, but left with a profound lesson about resilience and breaking boundaries. As the fight continued, the atmosphere was charged with a mix of anxiety and exhilaration. Maya stood poised, breathing steadily as she assessed Mike's stance. The realization that he was now more cautious only fueled her confidence. She had gained respect among the Marines, and now it was her chance to showcase her true capabilities. Mike, nursing his injured arm, hesitated for the first time in the match. He had always prided himself on being the strongest, but now he was facing an opponent who challenged not only his physical strength, but his very identity. With a determined glare, he resumed his aggressive style, throwing powerful punches in an attempt to regain control. Maya remained focused, dodging his strikes with agility, while waiting for the perfect moment to counterattack. The crowd watched in anticipation, their cheers rising and falling with every exchange. Maya's strikes were precise and calculated. She knew she needed to conserve her energy while capitalizing on Mike's overreaches. With a sudden burst of adrenaline, Mike lunged forward again, trying to catch Maya off guard. But this time, she was ready. As he threw a wild punch, she skillfully ducked and spun around, executing a swift kick that caught him squarely in the side. The impact sent him stumbling back, and gasps echoed through the crowd. For a moment, Mike lost his footing entirely, and eyes widened as they watched him struggle to regain his balance. But instead of giving up, Mike pushed through the pain and launched another attack. His determination was fierce, fueled by both frustration and a desire to reclaim his standing among his peers. He charged at Maya once more, this time with renewed ferocity. Maya's heart raced as she faced him head-on. She knew this was the moment that would define her not just as a fighter, but as a trainer worthy of respect among these Marines. With every muscle tensed and focused on her opponent, she was prepared to respond, whether to evade or confront Mike's assault head-on. The fight had transformed into a whirlwind of movement. Punches were thrown and evaded in rapid succession as both competitors fought for dominance in front of hundreds of witnesses. It became clear that this battle was about more than just winning. It was a testament to skill and resilience that would ultimately challenge everyone's assumptions about gender roles within the military. The outcome remained uncertain, but one thing was undeniable. Both fighters were giving everything they had in this unforgettable contest of strength and willpower. As the fight raged on, shock swept over the audience when Maya executed a swift maneuver that caused Mike to stumble. The moment his arm cracked under the pressure sent gasps rippling through the gathered Marines. Many simply stood wide-eyed, trying to comprehend what they had just witnessed. The atmosphere shifted dramatically. Cheers for Mike turned into murmurs of disbelief. For years, he had been the embodiment of strength and prowess, and to see him, someone they all respected, fall to his knees was a jarring sight. Whispers started circulating among the recruits about Maya's unexpected skill. Some Marines begrudgingly admired her for proving herself against their decorated sergeant, sparking discussions about what true strength meant. Could they have underestimated her simply because she was a woman? Mike's expression was one of pain and humiliation. As he processed the reality of his situation, he looked up at Maya with a mix of respect and disbelief. The struggle to accept defeat was palpable in his eyes. He had always believed he was unstoppable. It was a transformation that would challenge everything he thought he knew about capability and gender roles in their world. Maya stepped back, allowing space for him to gather himself. The crowd's energy surged as they began to shift their support. No longer were they simply rooting for Mike as a soldier. Now, they acknowledged Maya as a worthy opponent who had fought hard for her place among them. The lines dividing them started to blur as respect replaced disdain. The realization that both fighters had laid everything on the line created an unexpected bond among the spectators. Conversations sparked about resilience, the influence of stereotypes, and how anyone could embody strength regardless of gender. This match was no longer just a contest. It had evolved into a powerful commentary on identity and respect within their ranks. As the fight carried on, the tension hung thick in the air, woven from surprise and newfound respect, as each Marine grappled with understanding what it meant to truly belong in this challenging environment. The outcome would have lasting repercussions, not only for Maya and Mike, but for every recruit witnessing this remarkable shift firsthand. In the aftermath of the match, the training field was a whirlwind of emotions. Maya stood quietly to the side, taking deep breaths to calm her racing heart. She looked over at Mike, who was being tended to by medical staff. The respect and admiration in the eyes of the onlookers shifted from surprise to acknowledgement. They were beginning to see Maya not merely as a trainer, but as a formidable competitor. Some Marines approached Maya, offering respectful nods and words of encouragement. They began to discuss what they had just seen, a battle that challenged preconceived notions about strength and ability. It struck many that perhaps they had been wrong to dismiss her from the outset. Conversations buzzed like electricity in the air as fellow recruits debated their views on gender roles within their ranks, acknowledging the importance of inclusivity and respect in their shared mission. Mike, still recovering from both his injury and his unexpected defeat, sat on the sidelines, grappling with his feelings of humiliation and pain. It was hard for him to accept that he had not only lost a match, but also been outsmarted by someone he initially saw as an outsider. As he gathered himself and watched Maya receive recognition from other Marines, a small seed of admiration took root in him. This experience forced him to confront his own beliefs about strength, realizing that it wasn't solely defined by physical prowess. Within days, the training camp atmosphere shifted significantly. Maya became an integral part of the team rather than a figure on the periphery. She shared her knowledge with newfound enthusiasm and commitment, teaching techniques that emphasized strategy over sheer strength. In return, many Marines showed willingness to learn from her expertise. The incident sparked conversations well beyond just muscle. It prompted discussions about respect and trust within their unit. The camaraderie among Marines deepened as they collectively reflected on their experiences during the match. Slowly but surely, alliances formed based on mutual respect, rather than preconceived notions rooted in gender stereotypes. This incident would be talked about for years to come, not just for its physical outcome, but for how it reshaped perspectives at the Marine Corps training camp. A shift had begun within this battalion of warriors. They were learning that true strength could come in varied forms, and that real unity demands an openness to understand each other's capabilities, no matter their background or identity. As the dust settled from the match, the lessons learned began to resonate throughout the training camp. The incident had sparked a transformation not only within individuals, but also within the culture of the unit. Conversations about strength and capability shifted dramatically, emphasizing that true strength comes in various forms and is not solely defined by physical prowess. Maya's victory underscored the importance of skill, strategy, and resilience. She proved that being a woman in a traditionally male-dominated environment did not equate to weakness. Her determination inspired many Marines to reevaluate their beliefs about gender roles. No longer could they ignore the potential contributions of every individual, regardless of gender. Maya had shown that capability could be found in unexpected places. For Mike, the experience became a pivotal point in his understanding of respect and humility. He learned that strength is not just about being the strongest fighter, but also about recognizing and valuing the skills and talents of others. His defeat forced him to confront his biases and reconsider how he viewed his peers. This personal growth would shape him into a more effective leader, one who appreciated diversity in abilities. The Marines embraced this newfound knowledge, leading to enhanced teamwork and collaboration. They began integrating varied strategies into their training sessions, combining physical strength with mental agility. In doing so, they fostered an environment where everyone felt valued and empowered to contribute their unique skills. Moreover, conversations around inclusivity flourished. The Marines became more open-minded, discussing how their shared mission could benefit from diverse perspectives. This helped break down barriers that once divided them, replacing them with a sense of unity rooted in respect for one another's capabilities. As time passed, the story of Maya and Mike's match became legendary within the camp, a tale of unexpected triumph that served as a constant reminder of the value of strength in all its forms. The incident left an indelible mark on every Marine's journey, instilling lessons that would guide future generations in their pursuit of excellence as individuals and as a cohesive unit dedicated to serving their country together. As the lessons from Maya and Mike's encounter continued to resonate, the Marine Corps training camp evolved into a more inclusive and supportive environment. This transformation was not merely about recognizing individual strengths. It was about fostering a culture where every Marine felt valued and empowered to contribute. The incident had ignited discussions that went beyond the mat, encouraging Marines to share their own experiences of overcoming obstacles and challenging stereotypes. Maya became an integral part of the team, her knowledge of martial arts enhancing the training regimen for everyone. She led workshops that focused not only on physical techniques, but also on mental strategies, emphasizing the importance of adaptability and tactical thinking. Her ability to engage the Marines in these sessions helped break down any remaining barriers, allowing them to see her as both a mentor and a peer. Meanwhile, Mike's journey of self-discovery continued. He began to embrace the idea that true strength lies in collaboration and respect for others' talents. The defeat he experienced became a catalyst for change in his leadership style. He started to recognize the potential in each Marine, celebrating their unique contributions rather than merely focusing on traditional displays of strength. This newfound perspective fostered an atmosphere of camaraderie that encouraged teamwork and mutual support. The story of their match became legendary within the camp, serving as an enduring reminder that capability cannot be measured by physical attributes alone. It inspired future recruits to challenge their own biases and assumptions, paving the way for a more unified military force. This narrative was not just about a single match. It was about the broader implications of respect, inclusion, and understanding within a traditionally rigid structure. As time passed, the battle between Maya and Mike evolved into a powerful symbol of resilience and unity, showcasing how characters could grow through adversity. The incident had lasting effects that shaped not only the individuals involved, but also the very foundation of the training camp itself. The Marines learned that embracing diversity in skills and perspectives was essential for their success, both as warriors and as a cohesive unit dedicated to serving their country with pride and integrity.